High in the Himalayas, amidst icy peaks and treacherous terrain, lies a line that divides two of the world's most populous nations. This is not a border marked by fences or checkpoints. Instead, it is a zone of perceived control, a line drawn on maps but often contested on the ground. This is the line of actual control, LAC, the de facto border between India and China. Its very name, a line of actual control, hints at the complexity and fragility of the situation. This is a boundary born out of conflict, its history etched with mistrust and misunderstanding. Understanding the LAC requires a journey back in time. We must delve into the historical events that led to its creation. We must also examine the different perceptions held by India and China, perceptions that fuel ongoing tensions. The LAC is not merely a line on a map, it is a symbol of a complex geopolitical reality. The LAC is a stark reminder that even in the 21st century, the world is far from fully demarcated. It underscores the challenges of managing relations between powerful neighbours, particularly when historical grievances remain unresolved. In this essay, we will explore the origins, complexities and challenges of the LAC, seeking to shed light on a region of immense strategic importance. The story of the LAC begins in the mid-20th century, a time when both India and China were newly independent nations. In 1959, following a period of relative calm, China's Premier Zhou Enlai proposed the LAC as a way to define the border between the two countries. This proposal came in the wake of disagreements over the traditional customary boundary, particularly in the Aksai-Chin region. India, however, did not initially accept this proposal, leading to heightened tensions. The situation escalated dramatically in 1962, culminating in the Sino-Indian War. This brief but bitter conflict ended in a Chinese victory and solidified the LAC as a reality on the ground. Although India and China agreed to respect the LAC, its exact alignment remained a point of contention. The absence of a mutually agreed-upon map further complicated matters. The 1962 war cast a long shadow over India-China relations. It also highlighted the strategic importance of the Himalayan region. For India, the LAC became a symbol of Chinese aggression and a constant reminder of the need for vigilance. For China, it represented a strategic buffer zone and a legacy of past victories. At the heart of the LAC issue lie fundamentally different perceptions of where the border should lie. Both India and China possess their own maps depicting the LAC, and these maps do not always coincide. These discrepancies are not merely cartographic errors, they reflect deeply held historical claims and strategic considerations. India's perception of the LAC is largely based on the traditional customary boundary, which it argues was well defined and accepted by both sides for centuries. This boundary, often referred to as the Johnson Line, generally follows the watershed principle, with the Himalayan crest forming the natural divide. China, on the other hand, asserts that its claims are based on historical administrative control, particularly during the Qing dynasty. This perspective results in significant discrepancies in certain sectors, most notably in Aksai-Chin, which China controls but India claims. These differing perceptions have led to numerous territorial disputes along the LAC. These disputes, often fueled by nationalist sentiments on both sides, manifest in a variety of ways, from diplomatic protests to military standoffs. The lack of a mutually agreed-upon border makes it difficult to de-escalate tensions and increases the risk of miscalculation and conflict.